If I'm an NCAA tournament committee member, tell me why Clemson deserves to host a regional, and then give us your thoughts on where you think you are in that process.
Well, I think if you look at our overall body of work, I mean, we've been, I think today we're number 10 in the RPI, which if you, in our league, I think that's third best in our league behind Louisville and North Carolina. We're one of the top RPI conferences in the country, and we're number 3 in the RPI in our league. We have series wins against Virginia and Wake Forest, who are both in the hosting discussion as well. So we got 39 regular season wins. I think we're definitely a team that you have to look at and strongly consider to give a host spot to. That being said, we don't make those decisions. But I think if you look at our overall body of work, and I know Brian's got a lot better, list as far as our accolades for this year and resume as far as why we should be a host site. But I think overall, we were ranked in the top 10 for, if I'm not mistaken, 8 or 9 weeks, 10 weeks. The team has done a lot of really good things. But we obviously, going into Friday, need to play good baseball against Virginia. And, if we can do that and find a way to win that ball game, that puts us at 40 wins as well. All those factors matter.
What's your pitching plans for Friday?
Well, we haven't necessarily discussed that as of today, but, I would anticipate us starting Crowell. He's going to be our best available guy. But I would anticipate starting Pat Crowell and then being able to use Alex again out of the pen if needed, along with having a fresh bullpen.
If you guys say you don't get to host a regional, obviously you're going to understand that's why that happened. And I guess is this something as you learn as a coach and this team also learns going forward, or why it's so you got to be consistent all year?
Well, I don't think it's. I think we all know that, and I don't think that's something that you learn. I think we knew that from the very beginning, and we've known, kind of what's at stake throughout the whole process of the good and the bad. The good times and the tough times. We understood when we were playing really, really well that we have to continue to play really, really well to hold on to the opportunity to host a regional, and we got to continue to play good baseball. And when we've struggled, as we have here over the last few weeks, we understand what's at stake too. So it's not like it's new news, to our players or to me. It's not something that I talk to the team a whole lot about, though. I don't think that putting that kind of pressure on our players is something that necessarily works. But obviously I'm aware of it. I look at it every day. WarrenNolan.com is, one of the most viewed sites on my phone. So I look at the RPI every single day, and I understand what it takes to host and put ourselves in that position. I understand all of that. And we just try to be as consistent as we can with our team. I think that's the big thing, as a coach. I think your messages have to be consistent. The process of showing up every day and working hard with your players, it's got to be consistent. And I think if you ask our players, if there's one person that definitely 100% has their back when they're going through tough times, it's me. Because the true sign of toughness is what you do when you're dealing with adversity, and we've been dealing with a lot of adversity. But I'm going to have my players' backs, and I'm going to try to do everything I can to put us in a position to be successful to the best of my ability. It hadn't worked a whole lot here lately, and we're all down in the dumps. I'm down in the dumps, but today's a new day. We got to have a good practice today. Got to have a good practice tomorrow and get ready for Friday.
This format that you guys have with the ACC, can you talk about kind of crazy it is that you guys are already eliminated, but you still got a game to play and you got to wait 2 days to play it?
Yeah, I'm new to the league. So when we have these conference calls and we have these coaches meetings, I try to listen and not say a whole lot, out of respect to the guys that have been around the league a lot longer than me. But I can't quite figure this thing out, and it is a little perplexing when you play on a Tuesday and then you can't play again until Friday, and how do you deal with that? I've always been the kind of guy that just says, hey, here's the schedule. and let's just go play. Whatever the schedule is, we're not going to worry about it. I'm not going to, it's not going to bother me, or I'm not going to. I don't complain. I'm not a complainer. And I tell the players the same thing. If they tell us we're playing at 10 a.m., 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever it is, let's just go play a game. But it is a little. It's a little different. And I'm sure that once this tournament is over, I'm sure we'll look at it as a league and see, is this definitely something we want to continue to do, or are there some changes or maybe some little tweaks that need to be made? But I think that's obviously something that we discuss as coaches and as a league, after the conference tournament is over.
Since you made that comment, we eat pressure like candy. It hasn't gone over very well. Have you thought about that? I mean, just
yeah, and I have thought about that a lot. And when you asked me that question, if you recall, and again, I've tried to explain this to people who have brought that up. You asked me a question about what did I tell the team in the 6th inning in the dugout against Charleston Southern. I believe was the game, and all I was doing is trying to be honest with you guys, as I always am. I try to be as honest and give the people who follow our program an insight look as to what we try to do and what we value as a program. And in that moment, that's what I told our team. It wasn't an overall statement.
Right.
It was in a moment in time. We were down 5-1 in the 40th inning. Just brought the guys together and just said, "Hey, just relax, keep playing. We've been in pressure situations before." And that was where the comment. That's where it came from. It didn't come from me making an overall statement that we eat pressure like candy. Right. And obviously, I've been criticized for that some ever since, and that's okay. But I was only trying to give an honest answer to a question about what I told our team in that moment.
Perfect.
All right.
Coach,